chat bans. Wukong, Kassadin, Rammus, and Kha'Zix. And we're into the champion select.
Now this is gonna be
infamous.
This is gonna be a game I'm excited about because Padrino hype level 11 and infamous gaming is awesome. I have to update the chat bans. Let's see. So we have Wukong, Kassadin, Rammus, and Kha'Zix.
I found out something really sad a couple seconds ago. Because I sort of have like an allergy, cold-ish thing right now. That's why I'm like not as excited as I normally am, and I also sound different. But I opened a new box of tissues, and they're not like normal tissues. I accidentally bought like ultra or something weird, and I don't like them.
Aww. Poor little tissues. They just wanted to help.
They're not helping. I just want normal ones. These ones are more expensive and worse, and I accidentally bought them.
I hate it when I buy anything and that ends up being the case. Spent more, hated it.
Like, I don't even want it, because I bought a 3-pack too, and now I just have to go to the grocery store after this broadcast and buy cheaper tissues that I actually don't hate. And I'm just gonna throw out these boxes of tissues because I don't. They're awful. They're just so weird. But it's not all bad because I'm gonna buy Rice Krispie treats when I'm at the grocery store.
Ooh, those are tasty.
I'm really excited.
People used to fight over those when I was in elementary school. Like, you had the one kid that had one, and people would like trade you their entire lunch just to get one.
Just have like a bite of a Rice Krispie treat. Oh my god.
Like the most I got out of it was like 2 ham sandwiches and an extra chocolate milk, and like, what? He just wanted my Rice Krispie treat, so I gave it to him, and I had a total of 3 sandwiches and 2 chocolate milks. It was great.
I used to get 1 Rice Krispie treat each week, and it was after my swim class. There was a vending machine at the Y, and it had Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, the chat ban display, Moloko said something about fixing it.
Oh, that's because I didn't press Control S after I wrote down the new chat bans.
Oopsie doopsie. Alright, taking a look at the stuff that is not going to be seen in the game. No Zyra, because F that.
Zyra's pretty strong. We saw last game. It's pretty strong.
Yes, Augmented Kai, 1, welcome to the show. 2, yes, this is the weekly Dominate Dominion tournament that we have. It's free to play in. If you want a chance at winning some RP and you were going to play League of Legends Dominion anyway, why not show up and compete? It'd be nice to have you in the bracket. And the teams compete for the top 4 teams get RP, and you might get your game cast by us. And then you can say, hey man, look, I play Dominion competitively, and you can use that in an argument, and it's totally allowed.
Yeah, like you're talking about most viable item build for, I don't know, for a Kali and ARAM, and you just say, I played Yasuo in competitive Dominion, so I'm right.
Yep. Just be like, I know everything about this. I play it competitively. You shh. The only exception to this is if you can't make that call out against someone else who's in DD chat, who's in the competitive Dominion community, because we'll be like, hey now, and they'll be like, oh my bad. But you're allowed to use it on anyone else that you want, and we'll back you up on it.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. You'll win the argument.
Mm-hmm.
What's the website?
I don't know. It's changed a couple of times. It's supposed to be DominateDominion.com, but it's always in a state of under construction. So we do most of the stuff through our through the Twitch channel here, Dominate Gaming TV.
And there's an in-game chat room.
Yes,
wow,
there is.
Moloko dude is like a step ahead of me, and because there's a delay, it's gonna sound like he's like 20 steps ahead of me. But I said it like as he was posting.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Man.
Oh,
Like,
well, that's captured in the VOD.
time.
The VOD doesn't have that, you know, because I have the chat captured on my screen because I don't know why not. But yeah, there's an in-game chat channel, and if you want to join that, it's all the info right there is in the post. Most of the competition, Augmented Kai, is I think the top level guys in here are like silver and gold. We don't play a lot of Summoner's Rift. We play mostly Dominion. Some guys play a bunch of tree line, but most of us don't play ranked SR just because we don't enjoy that game mode. So we don't really have a ranking for that because the Dominion ELO is hidden and you don't get rank rewards in this game mode because it doesn't have a ranked option. So there's some relevant links there in the chat that Maloko Dude posted there for you. You can give a little bit of read on that about the game mode and about, the way we can loosely determine what our ELO is. But some of the top guys have been Diamond and SR for a couple seasons here or there. There's a bunch of them that are Challenger and 3s. But for the most part, we stick to this map. And SR and Dominion ranking doesn't match up. We have the top Dominion team beat Curse Academy once in Dominion, and they 3-0'd them and made them look bad. And if you know who Curse Academy is, they're not bad. Those guys are good at their game. And they got destroyed. Very different maps, very different mechanics. There's not a lot of stuff that carries over between the two of them except for your champion control and your team fighting ability. Those are the two things that really carry over.
Really different because the item builds are so different that all of your intuition about like how much damage a champion should do, how tanky a champion should be, none of that intuition actually carries over. So like sometimes when I'm casting still, I'm like, well, I don't think that's going to be able to happen. It's like, oh wait, this item build is totally different from what I normally see. And it takes a lot of getting used to be able to change over your intuition about exactly what sort of damage, exactly how tanky a champion is going to be, because the item builds are just so different.
The cool thing about it is if you play a lot of Summoner's Rift or Treeline or any other map, and you just know your character and you know about the game, you just spend a week like playing Dominion, maybe a week to 10 days, and you just like focus on learning how the objectives work and how to move around on the map and vision and things like that. And it's really easy to get up to being good at it. You just have to sit and critically think for a bunch of games, and you can come out and play. Like that's the thing that I realize more and more is there's so much media out there now for learning how to play Dominion. Like especially Corval's guide that was linked in the chat. Like it's so easy to jump into as long as you just think a little bit. Like we had a lot of new teams in the last, 8 weeks or so, I want to say. Padrinos has this, I think, their third appearance, and they're playing awesome. Infamous Gaming's been in 3 times, and they're playing great. I'm trying to think of who else is relatively new that has shown up that is just, like, playing some good games. It's nice. And Gunho Gunlion's team has, like, improved a whole bunch. They've gotten a couple, like, 4th places recently. Something like that. Man, it's a good time to play Dominion. I want to play some Dominion after this. Maybe I should do that. Sounds like a good idea.
So we had some picks here.
Sure. Let's talk about those for a moment.
Just a few. I like Karma a lot. I think she's super good, especially with Jax. You can give that mantra shield. And then Jax is like, I'm just going to run at you and kill you dead. Ah! And you're like, please no. That's really scary.
The cool thing about Jax versus Lee Sin is Lee Sin can just remove Jax. Like, if Jax jumps in, he can just straight up remove Jax. Just done. % Lee Sin.
There's also still 3 flashes on Padrinos. I like it. We saw a lot of really good flash play.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of spells that we don't normally see. We are seeing a barrier on Elise, which is not too commonly used of a spell, especially not on Elise, because she's just a good champion, and she has escapes and durability anyway.
Yeah, and there's not like a LeBlanc. If there was a LeBlanc, suddenly barrier is acceptable to run literally everyone if it's against LeBlanc. Maybe not the jungler and the support, but like pretty much anyone you can run barrier against a LeBlanc because she just has so much under to 0.
Also, what is up with these icons? They just changed them again.
Yeah, they did. It's gonna stay this way, I think.
I missed the purplish looking barrier though. That looked really cool. Now it's just this giant gold blob.
No, it looked awful. It looked exactly the same as Cleanse. Or not exactly the same as Cleanse, obviously, but like everyone thought it was Cleanse because the color scheme seemed like what the color scheme for Cleanse should be.
Then we have a flash going on Malzahar, And I've been playing a lot of Malzahar recently just because I figure I need to learn a bottom lane champion, kind of thing. And he's bad at escaping, man. He just tends to die if someone else shows up. So I like that flash pick on him. I think that's pretty safe.
Yeah. They don't have a single ignite, so that's going to hurt a little bit. Jax will be picking up a lot of lifesteal probably. I think... Wait. Split of the Ring King? I feel like I should know this.
Oh yeah, that's in here.
Okay. Yeah.
They gave us that for some insane reason.
Trinity Force, Split of the Ring King, Jax build. And then Karma, of course, can heal herself for literally 1 billion.
That's true.
She had 5 billion HP and was almost dead. She would heal herself for 1 billion instantly.
I like this having the chat in the VOD thing. That's kind of cool. Thank you, viewers, for being active in the discussion today for the show and helping me test this kind of thing out.
Dude, this chat is the best chat.
This is the friendliest Twitch chat I am ever in, except for maybe some speedrunner streams are nicer, like Shadow Jackie's chat. His is pretty good. Anyone from like the Metroid Hunters crew group in speedrunning is like, they're awesome. And White Goose's chat is also pretty nice. Yeah, even when like...
Look at this comment. Alright, thanks for letting me know. And sorry for sounding like a newbie, but what exactly is an in-house? Do you ever see something that politely, nicely asked with like a reasonable response to it in any other Twitch chat?
We have the best viewers. Just the best viewers.
You guys are great. You guys are great.
But yeah, an in-house is it's where we just make a 5v5 custom game and we play against each other like that, pulled with people from the chat. Playing against each other. You definitely want to hang out in the in-game chat channel.
Icon. Can you please all use the Poro icon in future games? I just want to see the Poro icon.
Poro icon? I have that. I can make that a player's in-game icon.
I will be so happy if all 10 people have the Poro icon next game.
You guys don't even know about this Poro icon. Anyone who watches the VOD, man, they're gonna have a good time. Let me find this. Is it this one right here? Yep. Okay, there we go. Who should be the Poro in this game? Which person should I make the Poro? Should I make Littlums the Poro?
Gragas.
Make Gragas into the Poro icon in the game?
He's like all chubby.
Okay.
Poro.
Alright, Gragas has officially become the Poro in the VOD.
How is there a massive damage ping prior to 120?
Wait, what?
Like, you know that sound that it makes when someone takes a lot of damage, so you have to like look at the minimap and be like, oh, where am I going to move the camera to?
Oh, that's what that sound effect is.
Yeah, it's a massive damage ping.
When there is a big change in the amount of health they have, either from buying and reselling items or buying like a big health item or something like that.
Oh, it could have been that.
Yeah, that'll do that. Okay, so Gragas in the VOD has been replaced with a Poro.
Alright, so art style, starting out with that Tear of the Goddess, is not going to be so strong. This wraparound.
Oh dear, they are prepared.
Pick off Maokai. Or just go for a fight here.
Now, not a typical opening that we see, but that cut in from behind.
Going to engage the fight. And Jarvan goes in, gets stunned almost immediately. If Bottle Starling comes across, he's going to go down almost instantly for the first blood. Juju well played, easy life, take some damage. That barrel is so deceptively small. And J4 on his way back top.
He is going to show up at the fight. Is who can he cut off? It looks like he wants to go for Karma. Does tag her, but once again gets extended a little bit away from his team, and they're not quite close enough to be able to follow up on that crowd control.
Oh, that stun didn't quite land. Sorry, I had to cough all of a sudden. I was like, I hope Gandair talks, because I really can't right now.
I can do that. I'm just like, I want to keep messing with my overlay, but I don't have the ability to yet. Because I gotta record this fight.
Alright, some barrels going across the way there. And Maokai going to re-engage. The body slam takes him a little bit farther than maybe he wanted to go. Repel comes up from Elise, and she's going to drop down in the same place.
Ooh.
And then die almost immediately. Barrier was used already. Kha'Zix running away.
So we're going to have Lee recall.
One of the problems with Flash is that you don't have combat sets. Jax here onto Malzahar and bot lane. The ignite, not quite enough. Wins the leap strike. Now is the leap strike. And Real Nurse Destroy didn't bother flashing there. He might have been able to get away with Flash, I'm not sure.
The Soak is going to be defeated up at the top. But we have a Storm Shield Urgot up here bringing the fight to Little Ums. Just needs one more Acid Hunter and gets it because he did have that lock-on going. J4 boxed him in with the Cataclysm. Gragas? Nope, didn't quite have the cooldowns that he wanted there to be able to throw anything into that Cataclysm.
Easy life.
Go to Lee, thank you. Did you see that? Did you see Alexi stop for the briefest seconds so Lee could catch him?
Yeah.
That was nice awareness. That's how you treat the Lee Sins and Katarinas and Jaxes that are on your team. Be a door for them.
Oh, that's adorable.
Indeed. Definitely indeed.
Alright, X legit Pillow Pet. It's a pretty good name. Is he going to check with the standard?
The bush! The bush is alive! There's a bush that came out of the bush. And Little Ums is going to be defeated, unfortunately.
Couldn't quite get to the health in time. They're just camping here.
Ooh, Jax able to escape from the bottom. Lee's still on him, though, but that counterattack, nope.
Advance onto Gragas here. And the Karma W is going to connect. He goes down. Chasing onto Jarvan now. No stun from the Seer. Pillow Pet doing a little bit of damage, but it's a double kill. Meanwhile, Jax is trying to run towards his team. The kick from Lee Sin and the kick in.
Yeah, I followed that entire thing from the bottom because I realized I wasn't the stream camera, so I could, and that way if it ended dramatically, I'd catch it. But it just kind of ended normally.
You always want to run towards your team in a situation like that, if at all possible.
I don't know, I once led a Singed and a Shyvana on a run across the map in the opposite direction of our towers, so they ended up not capping them because they tunnel visioned on me. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, but if you need to escape, you should go towards your team. So that's
yes.
You. Brand, speaking of saving, is going to save Lee Sin there by not landing anything. Oh, and Gragas comes in. Great Dragon's Rage also, but Urgot is really, really strong. And comes down. There's a shutdown onto Karma. Goes over to Elise. Willem wants to pick up the health. The slow comes out from Maokai, but he does pick up the health boosted advance. Goes down to shield a little bit. But Art Style coming in with the Acid Hunters. Pillar of Flame brings Kha'Zix.
Oh dear, Nurse Joy, I'm a little bit afraid from you up there. If you get hit by a corrosive charge, I think you might be dead. He gets hit. There's one. Nope. He's just a little bit too far away from to get the 3.
Yeah, he does have flash also, so there's that. Oh, EQ actually missed there by Pillow Pet. And aka Slave of Gods is going to be just fine.
He's going to be able to get away there. He is pushing the wave back against them. And Infamous has had some real solid map control all game long. He's been keeping the pressure on, keeping Padrinos from being able to get out and active on the map.
Stun onto Jarvan here. EQ out. Karma actually goes down elsewhere. Repel from Elise comes out. Maokai really low on mana right now. And nice dodge of body slam. Malzahar in top lane. Meanwhile, Jax chasing Lee Sin. Qs to the creep. Shields to the other creep. And gets away. Lee Sin is so mobile. Just advance onto Pillow Pet there. Q across. And it's trade 1-for-1. At least the shutdown onto Brand.
You have a large creep wave up here.
Right
Nothing to clear it.
Supposed to cast Soak. Almost goes down. Hard style with Gilead. Comes across. Trying to get enough damage on the Gragas. Can't quite do it. It's a double kill for Kha'Zix. Karma coming in, but there's zoning. Karma can get the interrupt. No, but he can get the shutdown. Oh, he did get the interrupt. It is still neutral there. Trying to chase Lilums, and I think he's going to have enough damage. One less auto attack. A double kill for Checky.
And yeah, J4 is going to be able to get here in time to keep this from being capped over.
until Brand gets here is the question. The exhaust goes down. That's the only combat summoner on the entire team. Checky can't pick up the health. It goes over to Jarvan, but he can slow and Brand coming up. That scares Jarvan away enough. Mantra wasn't quite up for a heal, but Karma reduces the Mantra cooldown by dealing damage. So she was still in combat. That cooldown wasn't entirely accurate. Kha'Zix takes a ton of damage. Vengeful Maelstrom can't quite pick it up, but the Acid Hunter can. Cataclysm's down, and Checky with a lot of damage actually manages to land that W snare. And double kill for Urgot.
And with 4 people up there at the top, them losing 2, they're really not able to push on that. So they're going to have to wait for J4 to get back and kind of regroup with him. Lee's been doing an okay job bottom. I mean, him and Jax have gotten into some engagements, but he's still controlled his tower for the majority of the game. I think he got neutraled once. But Jax has just been very, very oppressive down there against him.
Yeah. Going for the Trinity Force first has the approach as well. That's mostly for the silence, actually, more than anything else. Malzahar goes down on top. Kha'Zix burning from a little bit of damage over time, but it's not going to drop. Bring out a barrel. A lot of damage onto Kha'Zix there.
There you go, Lilums. Lead them away from the team. Now, they could have gone for a push for drill, maybe buried J4 and captured that, but they don't have the positioning for it now.
And the neutral goes down in the boneyard. Sonic not landing onto Slave of Gods. Can he get onto Ezreal? Yes, he can. There's Leap Strike. There's the kill. Counter Strike, not necessary.
And with Lisa dead, they're going to pick up the boneyard. No problem.
We need a champion that has, like, a self skill or something called Halo. Put that champion with Jax, you get Halo and Counter Strike.
Wow, that would be amazing.
And you could do it. It would just be like a self stat increase or something. Hale could even have it. Hale's intervention could totally be called Halo.
Well played, Easy Life coming in from the back against Art Style and doing a pretty good amount of damage here, but there's just too much damage being put on him from the enemy team. If he would have lived a little bit longer, he would have killed everybody there. Like, that burst when he came into that fight was so nice. And that's something they really, really needed. So they sweep them off of the drill. They're going to get Windmill.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to stop the clock for a little while here. Now I get to mess with my overlay. So happy about that.
Alright, so Windmill gets
There we
captured here. Gonna go over the way of Padrinos. And what is Infamous going to do about it? Looks like they're actually going top. They're pretty willing to dive.
They do have a Maokai. They need to throw that Maelstrom onto a tower. They can push onto it without a lot of fear.
Yeah, he has the components of Rendon, so decent amount of armor there picked up by him.
And Karma on top of that, too, with the shield.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe for them to do it. But that's if they get to group up and dive.
Brand. There is the dive. Vengeful Maelstrom comes down. Ult from Brand only hits one, but Artstyle is here on Urgot. Checky takes a ton of damage from Elise. And Elise actually pops the barrier there to live. Arcane smash in, and a nice kill from Karma there. Good coordination. Hello Pet getting chased down. The steer misses, but Karma comes in with the tether. That's gonna be a kill. Maybe. Maybe. Nice steer. And his Brand with kill. Meanwhile, in bot lane, Slave of Gods did get ganked. Leeson and Malzahar went down there together, so they were able to pick that up. But
there's no one to defend the drill right now, though. So Mal's is gonna have to do a really good job of holding on to this. But against a Mao, like you can't fight two people with a crowd control as Mal's, unfortunately, because even if he did have his ultimate up, the other one will just cancel it. And then Malzahar likes to die.
Maybe he does like to die. Maybe that's what Prophet of the Void means. Maybe that's why Malzahar is so immobile, because he's like,
maybe he just like he wants to go back to Voidland, but he has to die to be sent there. So it's like, I'm gonna be really squishy and have an ultimate that's like kill me bait.
That's why Malzahar has that kit, because he just doesn't want to be alive. He doesn't want to have to fight.
And he always gets sent back because he always causes problems while he's there. So he like tries to keep sneaking in. And they're like, Malzahar, you know you're not allowed to be here. Let's just send him back.
And damage onto Jarvan there.
That graphic was kind of neat. J4 getting tagged by that as he was moving.
Oh, Karma shield.
Whoa, Karma, 8 hit point Karma with the shield. Whoa.
Shield's pretty good. Catapults down on Kha'Zix. He takes a lot of damage, and the Resident Strike comes in. Meanwhile, Jax is also on top, leaving Maokai to defend bot. And Easy Life gonna get the Dragon's Rage down, but it is not enough.
I think just before that fight broke out, I'm pretty sure I saw Elise walk away a little bit towards Jax before actually kicking through to Brand. And I think that got Jax to trigger his counter-strike, but it happened off screen, so I couldn't see.
So Real Nice Joy has ult, but is not using it. Can Jax get there in time?
There's not a safe place to use it, though, with everyone around him like that.
Yeah.
With the entire enemy team down here, except for Urgot, it was a pretty safe fight for a moment. Ooh, Gragas not connecting with that barrel there. And Urgot coming down to the bottom part as well. So it looks like Infamous Gaming is going to go on. And we will see them in the next game.
Go down. Jax dives in. Jax still dives in the volley there. There is another grasp.
I like how they know exactly how far onto it they can walk.
I'm really impressed by that, actually. And that's game.
Yep, and we will see them in the next round.
Infamous. Very solid play there. Good team composition. We didn't get to see Powerball Jax with the Karma, but we got to see a Maokai. That was pretty terror. So, looking at damage dealt to champions, Karma actually in the lead over Brand. Karma did a lot of damage that game. And Urgot up there as well. Karma did break 20k, and Brand was 12 away from that 20k number.
I like how you know who the Padrinos fans are because they're all like that lime green color.
Oh, is that deliberate?
It might be, because they're all like the same.
I'm impressed if that's deliberate. Now we need to like put secret agents into...
They're all green colors. Like most of them are lime green.
Alright, and we can just look at items one last time. Actually, I can just leave the post-game screen up instead of the hold screen.
You could if you wanted to.
Oh, but then I can't have my client. Well, I'll leave it up for a little bit before going over to the overlay. So, we'll be back shortly with the semifinals of Dominate Dominion number 93. As always, you can request music, and if I want to listen to that, I'll switch it over. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with the semifinals of Dominate Dominion number 93.